It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Look around. There's not even firewood left, and people are fighting just to grab it. Every single day, it's the same scene. Smoke, chaos, desperate crowds scrambling for scraps. I've reached the point where I'd rather bleed slowly to pay off debts than keep dragging on like this. Living feels unbearable, and everywhere you turn, others are in the same sinking boat. In Guangzhou, it's more than 30 degrees, yet the streets are jammed with people from one end to the other, suffocating in despair. It feels like there's no way to live anymore. Families shattered, jobs gone, businesses destroyed. Whether young or old, life is collapsing. Either your career is gone, your home is broken, or everything you worked for has been wiped away. In Guangdong, I couldn't even find a job, left penniless and hungry. Back in my hometown, I survived on chili mixed with leftover rice. College graduates spend years studying, only to become spares nobody wants. Physical stores can't survive. Whole malls are nothing but empty shells. In Taizhou, within 30 meters, 10 or 15 stores, most are shut down, the rest for rent. Suzhou tells the same story. Unemployment soaring, mass layoffs everywhere, wages slashed in half. Even shop owners hang up signs reading, "Sorry, we've closed down." The economy is so broken that even those who once vowed never to marry or have kids now think about marriage, not for love, but simply to survive. On Kaming Street, almost every storefront is shuttered, leaving the streets deserted. Job seekers wander hopelessly, lining up around playgrounds just for the faint hope of work, only to leave empty-handed by 5:30 p.m. In Zhoupinghui, the crowds of desperate job hunters form endless lines, a living picture of collapse. Supermarkets stand nearly empty. Aside from staff and a handful of shoppers, they're hollow halls. In Nankang, massive malls have no customers. Small restaurants barely cling to life, selling meals so cheap it feels painful to eat them. Dumplings, rujiamo, and soup under 10 yuan. I once left a note on my delivery order. If the profit is too low, please forgive me. Even luxury hotels have been reduced to street stalls. Delivery apps wage brutal price wars, crushing small restaurants. Across China, it's the same scene. Shops shutting down, graduates jobless, middle-aged workers abandoned, and millions who can't even afford food. Analysts warn that public anger is like a volcano, ready to erupt at any moment. 1,400 million Chinese people are crying. The reality is shocking. 85% of households make less than 50,000 yuan a year, and nearly 1 billion earn under 2,000 yuan. Survival, not living, is the new normal. Mothers watch their children, after more than a decade of studying, graduate into hopelessness. Without connections, education is useless, the children say, and parents feel the sky collapsing. Some regret ever bringing life into this world. The rage is everywhere, but it has nowhere to go. Now people live on potatoes, noodles, and vegetables. Meat is a luxury, eaten only once a year. Businesses shrink into online shops and loan apps. The media pushes lies. Dreams shrink into bare survival, happiness into fleeting illusions. On Shazhou East Road, every storefront is empty, plastered with "for rent" and "transfer." The real economy is bleeding out. In Jinan, a big bowl of noodles costs just 6.9 yuan, with an egg. Handmade noodles go for 6.6 yuan. Some sell for as little as 5 yuan. With 100 yuan, you could eat 30 meals. This is the capital of a province, with high rent and labor costs, yet shops slash prices just to survive. It's consumption downgrade, plain and simple. The environment is brutal, money is gone, business is impossible, and it's not just you. Millions can't make ends meet. Forget the online flexing with luxury cars and mansions. Most are filters and fake dollars. Look closer. How many of your friends are still paid on time? How many small business owners you know are living well? This is the real China now. Collapsed, suffocating, and full of despair. Born in 1995, I'm 30 now, and drowning in 4.4 million yuan of debt. The factory closed, the house is mortgaged. I grind year after year, and every year gets worse. I'm 30 and I have nothing. Boss, I collected bottles and sold them for 100 yuan. I went to supermarkets, but they said the money was fake. Can you check it? Don't panic, little sister. I'll check. It's real. What do you want to eat? The kid's hungry? Just a bowl of wontons. Go on. My mom will treat you. That's how bad business is now. Even switching a light on feels like wasting money. Forget unemployment statistics. Tell me this. If you're still working, how many months' pay have you actually received this year? It's September and I have a friend who's only been paid through March. Walk inside a massive mall on a random Wednesday and it's hollow. Study or work. Study then work. And still end up working. Degrees no longer guarantee anything. Brick and mortar shops collapse one after another. This place bankrupt, that place shut, a storefront empty for months with no takers. Stroll down the street and you see nearly nobody. People are done. Nanchang, Jiangsu, Guangdong, none of them are safe. People drag suitcases between cities, unable to settle. September shouldn't feel like this. Jobless, desperate, many only dreaming of going home. Factories want cheap labor, but not older workers. They want bodies without burdens. The result? Wages so low, people almost starve. I watched a girl in Beijing's CBD steal a piece of bread from a bakery. I told the staff afterward, "What else can you do? This is a slow, grinding depression that eats people alive." Youth unemployment climbs while restrictions on speech tighten. People look for any outlet. Even overseas events, like Nepal's upheaval, ripple back, and platforms block content, cutting off livelihoods for creators abroad. Here at home, our hospital hasn't paid wages for months. They gave us a base of just over 1,000 yuan and delayed performance pay until I quit. Now I'm trying sales, but customers are nowhere. I'm born after 2000 and still crushed by pressure. Imagine those with mortgages, kids, parents to support. The whole city feels ill, every industry coughing and fading. Places that used to buzz, seafood world, floors full of diners, now have shuttered restaurants and empty tables. It isn't a single blow that kills. It's 1,000 small cuts, slow, relentless, leaving people hollowed out. Survival has become the only plan. This is crushing. Has everyone stopped buying clothes? Running a women's clothing shop has become nothing but grinding exhaustion. This is Huaqijian Commercial District, Guangzhou Mall, a place that used to hum with life, now a hollow shell. The escalators don't even work. It's eerie. Tell me your salary. I'll go first. I'm from Jilin City. 5 years ago, I earned 500 yuan. Now it's 10,000 yuan, and I'm still 8,600 short of what I need. Where does the money go? Where are the jobs? I graduated from a 985 school, and I still can't find steady work. They call it a confidential salary system. Is that supposed to hide fairness? Read this. A state-owned worker making just over 4,000 yuan a month with a 1,000 yuan annual bonus found the company payroll. His boss's bonus? 20 times the company average, more than 300 times his own. You can accept different ranks, but not that level of obscene gap. Tianjin Street is a blackout. Yutai Street stalled and never recovered. The mall looks grand outside and is empty inside. All show, no substance. My parents never caught any boom. I inherited the bills and the burnout. This morning on the bus, an old man bragged about a 10,000 yuan pension. His father gets 7,000. Seniors ride free. Meanwhile, I make 3,000 a month and still pay 2 yuan for the same bus. It burns you up. People gripe about every trade. But the truth is simple. Pick any line of work and you'll get hammered by this low tide. If you survive it, maybe one day you'll see a rainbow. And then there are ghost markets. I wandered into one while trying to expand my business. Buildings lit up like stage sets, but empty. A fur shop guarded mountains of unsold coats by 2 shopkeepers. A construction materials hall had one lonely stall with a flickering light. The dead silence was worse than bare darkness. History shows systems can snap when inequality and corruption pile up. People whisper it, and the anger simmers. But talk of collapse won't feed anyone today. What matters is the grinding reality. Stores shuttering, jobs vanishing, whole streets emptied by slow decay. This isn't a single blow. It's 1,000 small cuts. Day by day, life is worn down until there's nothing left but survival mode. If you think things will just fix themselves, walk these streets and listen. The damage is real, and it's everywhere.
This is the hidden face of reality. Hospitals, classrooms, even the ceilings above our heads, nothing is safe. What we see isn't just negligence, it's criminal. Film it, and you risk arrest. Behind the glittering slogans of progress lies a terrifying truth. China's grand construction boom is nothing but smoke and mirrors. What should be homes, schools, and roads are in fact elaborate death traps. And the so-called giants of the industry? Masters of deception. Today, we pull back the curtain to show how this deadly illusion is engineered. Watch closely. Here, workers skip bolts when connecting massive steel columns to the floor. No drilling, no screws, just metal resting in place. Columns the size of trees, meant to hold entire floors, standing unsecured. A single tremor could send everything crashing. And where connections do exist, the scam runs just as deep. In another video, a worker shows how even welding can be faked. Glue between steel pipes, sprayed with shiny nickel plating. A bond that should be molten steel becomes nothing more than cosmetic powder. From the skeleton of a building to the walls themselves, it's all a performance. One repairman exposes what hides beneath a staircase wall, not brick, not concrete, just foam wrapped in plaster. He pushes a screwdriver straight through. Kick the wall, and the entire frame shudders like cardboard. In Chengdu, river railings, supposedly for public safety, were found filled with foam. The barriers protecting lives? Hollow props. If that sounds shocking, even the simplest materials are counterfeited. A man holds up 2 red bricks. Watch carefully. These are supposed to build houses. But inside? He cracks them open. Crumbly lime and filler. All bricks are like this, he warns. Even the cheapest, most basic unit of construction is a lie. Another woman shows a fresh brick that disintegrates in her hands, gasping, "They're like tofu. All of them, like tofu." The fraud reaches its cruelest point with items designed to save lives. A man picks up a fire extinguisher, pours it out, and reveals it's nothing but random powder. In another clip, a new extinguisher is tested on a small flame. The spray is weak, useless. It fails to kill the fire. When the tools of survival are fake, what chance is left? And yet the greatest betrayal happens where safety should be absolute. Hospitals. In Guangzhou, a ceiling collapsed in a patient ward, raining concrete on an elderly man already suffering from a cerebral hemorrhage. The hospital's cold response only fueled outrage online. "They cared more about the ceiling than the patient," one netizen wrote. Another asked bitterly, "Isn't the illness enough suffering? Why must the ceiling fall too?" But it wasn't just Guangzhou. In Chaozhou, the hospital lobby ceiling came crashing down on patients collecting medicine, injuring 4. In Guilin, the outpatient ceiling caved in, sparking public fury. "Even hospitals are tofu projects," one commenter wrote. "How much money have they pocketed while cutting corners?" In Lingkou, a patient narrowly escaped death after the ceiling nearly collapsed while he went to the bathroom. He posted the chilling words, "I almost lost my life in Lingkou People's Hospital." Schools are no safer. In Fuzhou, the ceiling of a classroom collapsed and injured a student. Officials insisted the child wasn't in danger, but parents were left terrified. Their children are literally studying beneath crumbling roofs. And if hospitals and schools aren't safe, what about homes? One home security camera captured the unthinkable. 2 little girls playing on a sofa when suddenly, the entire ceiling caved in. Dust filled the room. By sheer luck, they survived. A father posted footage of his destroyed bedroom with disbelief. "I was just sleeping. Why did my ceiling collapse?" Even temporary shelters betray trust. In Guangzhou, hotel guests were hospitalized when their ceiling fell overnight. Whether in hospitals, schools, homes, or hotels, the message is clear: there is no safe space. Everywhere, the illusion of stability is collapsing, sometimes literally, right above people's heads.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.